Hi everyone, I hope you are alright. My name is Juan Sebastián Rodríguez Cuartas and my partner is María Juliana Rodríguez Barbosa. Today we are going to talk about New Zealand English for phonetics and phonology too. So, if you are ready, let's get started with the presentation.
To begin with, these are the contents that we will cover in the presentation of New Zealand English. For this accent, we will cover the following: generalities, a map by regions, phonological range, vowels, prosody, phonotactic processes, unique features, unique words, grammatical features, and to finish, an example with a video where native speakers will be shown.
First of all, you should know some aspects and special features of New Zealand. Firstly, you have to keep in mind that many people use the word Kiwi in this country to refer to native people. So, the word Kiwi means New Zealander or New Zealand speaker. Secondly, you should know that New Zealand people speak really fast and sometimes it is quite hard to understand what they say. Now, this country has three official languages. They are New Zealand English, Maori, and New Zealand Sign Language. Finally, you need to know that New Zealand English is mostly non-rhotic.
Now let's look at the map. New Zealanders assign certain stereotypical characteristics to particular regions. For example, Northland and Gisborne Hawke's Bay have a Maori influence and a relaxed and lazy speech. Canterbury has an English and proper speech. Wellington and Auckland have an official and business-like speech. Taranaki has a slow or farmer speech. Westland has a rural and isolated character and also a relaxed and lazy speech. And finally, Southland has a Scottish influence.
Okay, now I'm going to talk about the phonological range. As you know, this is the range of phonemes found inside a language. Well, as you can see in the picture, this is the phonological table for New Zealand English. We have 24 phonemes and they are very similar to those used in other forms of English. But in this specific case, we have voiced labial velar approximant. Regarding the vowels, we have 13 monophthongs, and if you analyze carefully, you can see that most of them are front vowels. At the same time, we have 8 diphthongs inside New Zealand English.
Now we will look at the prosody. The most widely reported intonational feature of New Zealand English is the high rising terminal contour. This is a rising pitch used on declarative sentences. It relies on statements rather than questions, and it indicates that they seek common ground and mutual participation in the discourse. New Zealand English also tends to have a relatively flat but high intonation pattern with extreme and quite sudden nuclear pitch movements. Finally, New Zealand English rhythm is more syllable timed than other varieties. This is reflected in a more equal weight given to stressed and unstressed syllables. For example, with full vowels in unstressed syllables.
Now, let's talk about phonotactic processes. I can say that there are two main processes related to this language. They are epenthesis and vowel centralization. So, you know that epenthesis is the insertion of an additional sound. In this situation, New Zealand English speakers sometimes pronounce the words something, anything, and nothing with an epenthetic final ka. For example, they say something, anything, and nothing. Well, let's continue with vowel centralization. You know that this process is developed when in fast speech, in English, there is a tendency for the weakest syllable to be centralized in the mouth. And according to this factor, the result is a schwa. In this situation, we have centralization of short e to schwa. So, New Zealand English speakers say shops instead of ships, and they say rubbish instead of rubbish.
Right away, let's move on to the unique words of the accent. Regional coinages include compounds, fixed phrases, and diminutives. For example, adjective plus noun like chilevin, that it's a portable container for keeping food and drink cool. Noun plus noun like Canterbury lamb from the name of a province. And diminutive suffix plus o, that is a dealer in used bottles. Also, New Zealand English speakers use slang words. For example, tour means things, snack means sausage, togs means swimsuit, yarn it refers to a friendly conversation, dog means a funny person, dunny is another word for toilet, and batch is a word for a holiday house.
Regarding unique features of the accent, we can show you many of them. First, there is a tendency to pronounce some words like grown, mown, and thrown with two syllables, and the last syllable contains a schwa. For example, grown, growen, mown, mowen, thrown, throwen. Second, rounded near close back vowel can be centralized even when it is stressed, making the word good sounds like good. Third, vowel sounds are pronounced very different in New Zealand English compared to American English or Standard English spoken in the United Kingdom. For example, the word kid in New Zealand English sounds like kid. After that, the sound r is often very soft when Kiwis speak, and sometimes it is hard to hear it at all. For instance, the word farm sounds like farm. And finally, the sound la is often vocalized in syllable codes. So the word ball is pronounced as bow or bow.
To finish with the aspects of the accent, we will look at grammar features. First, the nouns of Maori origin often appear without a plural marker. For example, the word iwi and the word Maori are commonly spoken and written in a plural context without a final s. Also, New Zealand English speakers use the ending ISE as in centralize, not the ending IZE. Sometimes speakers use the indefinite article a before a vowel, for example, a elephant. Finally, the plural forms for the words roofs and wharfs are preferred to roofs and wharfs with a final S. Now we will show you a short video of New Zealand native speakers where you will be able to appreciate the different features discussed in the presentation.
Me about New Zealand.
Nature.
50 plus volcanoes.
It's not a bad country if you're into the outdoors.
Pretty relaxed place.
We're just like an easygoing culture, you know.
They touch noses here.
Yeah.
Hongying. It's like a
Sure.
yeah. It's a traditional Maori greeting. Yeah.
What's some New Zealand slang?
Some New Zealand slang, definitely sweet as.
Cool as,
Cool as what?
sweet as, cool as.
Noticed you guys say yeah, nah a lot.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We do say that, obviously, yeah.
My mate caught me, I did a triple one. I went, yeah, nah.
Yeah, nah, yeah, nah, nah, yeah, nah, yeah, nah, yeah, nah.
Yeah. No.
What's some New Zealand slang?
Chair,
Sure.
choice,
Choice.
sweet,
Sweet.
legit.
Tell me about Wellington.
Well, Wellington's the capital city of New Zealand.
It's really windy.
Pretty windy. It's windy.
This is a place where you can be who you want to be and no one's going to judge you.
What do you recommend people visit in Wellington?
Cuba Street, the waterfront.
My house is pretty cool if anyone wants to come over.
Cool, everybody go to his house.